I'm going to show a quick clip from Jim Cramer today where he talks about basically selling companies that are not profitable. He says, sell them all. And I totally disagree with Jim on this point. Let's watch the quick clip and then I'm going to comment on it.
I remain convinced that if a company's not making money, Andrew, you got to sell it.
So we have to understand that Jim has been saying this ever since the market started its downturn. He's been saying sell non-profitable companies, and he is, I would say, not really a genius, since the rise in interest rates and the quantitative tightening is a direct reason for why this is happening. But it seems like he's always kind of just following what the market is doing, and then he comes in usually a few days late and then starts to kind of go with that trend to sound basically smart, because that's what the market's doing. And I guarantee you, if the market makes a reversal, then that's when he'll start saying, now we can buy them. However, it is important beyond what Jim is saying to understand, okay, he said this point. Now, how do we see it? Should we sell non-profitable companies because of rising interest rates and quantitative tightening? And I would say absolutely not. And the reason is because we're investing for the long term. So think of it, imagine in 2019, Tesla was a non-profitable company. Should we sell it? Or in 2018, we had the same rising rates and the scare in the market. It's a non-profitable company. Should we sell Tesla? No, you have to look further into the income statement, onto the balance sheet, and see how each company specifically is performing. And if they're performing extremely well, like Tesla, their operating expenses weren't going that much higher, but they were starting to ramp production, and you were able to see once they gained economies of scale, they would start making huge amount of profits. Then you'd be like, okay, they're not profitable, but they're investing into the long term. I want to own this company no matter what the market is doing in the short term. And I think that the market a lot of times is rational, but it's irrational at the same time. And I'm going to kind of like connect it to the dot-com bubble till today. So during the dot-com bubble, the market got really ahead of itself. So pretty much the crash happened, but every stock fell. So you can look at it, well, the market was rational because it got ahead of itself, so everything had to fall. But then you would ask yourself, was it really rational that Amazon fell? Given if you took a long-term approach to Amazon, you would understand that this is going to be a behemoth company based on what Bezos was saying at the time, and you held, and then you're up 4,000% even if you bought it at the peak. So that was the irrationalness of the market. And I think the same thing is happening today, that the market got ahead of itself in many different small pockets of the market, including some companies that were just kind of story companies. And because of that, everything is seen as pretty much garbage now, and everything is dropping, and that's why you have Jim Cramer saying sell all non-profitable companies. But I think you have to go a little bit deeper than this and look at each specific company, look at their financial statements and understand them, and see that even if interest rates grow, they're not going to grow that much. And if these companies are growing by 30-40% a year into the future, and they're right now putting a pause to their profits only because they're investing in their future, then maybe it's not a good idea to sell them. If anything, this gives you an opportunity to buy them. So I personally will be buying some unprofitable companies like Palantir. I'm a big fan of because of its financials and future prospects in their industry. And although they're not making a profit today, I see them investing in the future, and I'm very happy about that. And the short-term market is not going to deter me from my long-term conviction. I would say that Wall Street very much has a backward-looking approach, generally, how they look at things. I mean, it's just the nature of the media, and I totally disagree with this point. Please let me know in the comments what you think on this. If you agree, disagree, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.